When this whole George Floyd thing kicked off, it triggered a worldwide response. And people were justifiably angry and upset about the situation. The part that I found so disturbing was how people's anger seemed to be pointed in the wrong direction. Instead of this turning into a, hey, we've got fucked up, corrupt police that need to stop being so brutal to people of all colors. Let's end police corruption and end police brutality. That could have been the rally cry that literally just about everybody other than corrupt police could get behind. But instead of it turning into a conversation about, hey, police are fucked up, let's fix that, it devolved into like a pseudo race war. And that is so disturbing and disappointing to me as an American citizen. If you go back far enough, we're all black. We're all truly related to each other. I believe that. We're all related to each other as humans, and I think that we're all related to the other animals that live on this planet and the other life, plant life, fungi, and even inanimate objects. I think we all share common ancestry somewhere in this universe throughout the billions of years that this thing has been chugging along. And here we have another example of all the things that we hold in common. And instead of realizing that we all have this in common, that we're all related to each other, and that we can all kind of get behind the idea of, hey, let's stop police brutality and stop these fucked up cops from investigating themselves and letting each other off the hook. Instead of fixing that and everyone getting on the same page, we let this whole thing just like deteriorate into a pseudo race war. And that just still to this day blows my mind that what could have been an ultimate unifying piece of history, we have this moment where everybody could have been united under one common goal and one common idea that is truly in the name of more liberty and justice and more equality for everybody. And we would all live in a safer, more harmonious, more just world. But instead, it got all brushed aside and transformed into this thing that pitted people against each other yet again. When are we going to wake up and stop falling for this shit? When are we going to realize that we are all kind of fighting the same fight and our enemies are not our neighbors? We share so much in common with our neighbors, but instead we're hyper-focused on the differences. Why don't we realize that we all kind of want the same things and go after the people that are actually fucking things up for all of us? This is the kind of stuff that really pisses me off and makes me write lyrics. This is the stuff that inspires a lot of the songs that you hear in Havoc music. I just want people to wake up and realize that we really do have so much in common with each other, and we can make this world a much better place if we stop fighting with our neighbors and instead start getting along and moving toward common goals that are beneficial to everybody. I really hope that people can break the mental conditioning that's been handed down to them from their religion, from their schools, from their political idols. I really hope that we can break this conditioning and start making the world a truly better place by getting along, opening up with each other and realizing that we really are kind of in this together and we shouldn't be fighting amongst each other. The more that we squabble amongst each other, the more that these people who are running the show and coming up with the talking points for the media, these people are just going to keep running away to the bank and laughing all the way there while we're fighting with each other over, social issues. At the end of the day, the two major political parties are the same party. They're two heads of the same snake. They differ on social issues, but that's about it. Otherwise, they're both the party of big business, the party of war, the party that wants more power for themselves and less for you. So I urge anyone listening to this, just please snap out of it. Think for yourself. Realize that you're a part of a gigantic team, and most of us want and are fighting for the same things in life. We shouldn't be at each other's throats. It's ridiculous. Well, none of that was very funny, but let's get to some of the questions for the week. How about that? Hey, everybody. Thanks a lot for checking this out. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. If you want to support the podcast, you can always go to riffsordie.com and pick up some merch. You can also go to patreon.com/riffsordie and subscribe to become a patron. Feel free to shoot me an email at podcast@riffsordie.com. All questions and comments are welcome. Thanks a lot for your support. Take care, everybody.